Now, if I had a best friend, this would be one of them right here. This would be one of my best friends right here. And it's like I know this dude because he looked just like my boy Darren. He looked just like my boy D Bankz. So it's kind of like listening to D Bankz when I listen to this dude right here. You know what I'm saying? D Bankz. If I would catch D Bankz on a good day, he talk like this. He talk with sense. You know what I'm saying? But when he got all them people around, you know, messing up his life, you know what I'm saying? He just think like they think and just go along with the crowd. But then, you know, this D Bankz in a good way of thinking, you know what I'm saying? Good best friend talking.
With style, that's what I call art.
What's the deal, y'all? Now today, I want to let you know that they're scratching their heads. They're confused. The enemy, the devil, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. They're confused because you won't go back. Because you won't go back to who you used to be, to the old world. Because you won't go back to those toxic behaviors that you used to have. Because now you aren't sharing your energy with just anyone. Because now you aren't just consuming anything. He doesn't understand why you've become so conscious of the people you're around, the places you go, the things you do, and the things you consume mentally and the things that you eat. He's confused because now you aren't falling for the tricks and tactics that you used to fall for. Those temptations that used to pull you back into that cycle that you were in for so long. Because now the tricks and tactics that he uses against the masses, they just aren't working against you anymore. He doesn't get it and it's pissing him off. He's pissed off because you won't go back to sleep. See, he failed to realize that you were sent here. You were sent here for that reason exactly. You were sent here to wake up. You are on a mission to defeat him. The Most High sent you. If you're watching this video, you are a chosen one. You are meant to wake up. So you were never in a deep sleep. You were definitely asleep for a minute, for a while, for longer than you would have hoped to be. But it was a light sleep. All it took was a little nudge. All it took was for you to come across a couple of YouTube videos, for you to come across a little information, and now you're wide awake. Now you've snapped out of it. Now you see exactly what's going on. Now you're on to them. Put in the comments, I'm on to you. Chosen ones were sent here. You were sent to the land of the enemy to accept the programming, to get as close as you could to the enemy. See, the Most High allowed you to go to sleep. He allowed you to have those addictions, those holds that the enemy had on you, those holds that the enemy had on you for so long. He let you go through that because sometimes you have to play the fool to fool the fool that thinks he's fooling you. So now that you've learned the tricks, now that you've been in that program, and now that you've been on the other side, and now that you have cracked the code, figure out how to defeat them, figure out how to reprogram yourself, now the real journey begins. Now you can go back and help others. Now you can help wake the masses up and help defeat the enemy. That's why the chosen ones are here. That's the only reason why I woke up. That's the only reason why I dealt with the things that I dealt with, why I had a gambling addiction, a alcohol addiction, a partying addiction, all the things that I had going on in my life. I finally understand why. Because now that I have broken out of those chains, now that I have defeated the enemy, now I am on here speaking to thousands and thousands of people, helping them figure out the tricks and tactics he's been using against us for so long. So he's confused. He's going to be confused for a while because there's no way you can go back. You will never allow yourself to go back. The Most High won't allow you to go back because now that God DNA is activated in you, now the things that you used to do, you can't even do anymore. Whenever I even call myself trying to eat things that I shouldn't be eating, going out drinking, going out partying, I wake up the next morning in sweats. My body does not accept the things that I used to be able to do with no problem anymore. So I could never go back to my old self. You can never go back to who you used to be. You are here on a mission. You answered the call. So he's confused. He's scratching his head. He's going to be scratching his head for a long time. So understand that he's confused. He's watching you. You have him extremely intrigued because he hasn't seen anything like us before. So understand that he's going to do everything that he can to get you to go back, to get you to fall asleep, to get you to go back to that life that you used to live, that life that was not serving you at all. So you have to stay on your P's and Q's. You have to understand that he's trying to figure out how he can get you to go back. So continue to seek the word every single day. That's what I found out helps me the most by just waking up, man, in the morning, and the first thing I make sure I do is listen to the word, some YouTube videos, read a book, something that's going to, drown out the voice of the enemy, drown out that voice in my head telling me to go back and do the things that I used to do, go back down the path that I do not want to go down. See what I'm saying? So if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. I'm going to leave some highlights at the end of this video. I hope you enjoy it. Drop a like, man. Leave some inspiration for me, some inspiration for anybody that's watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the post notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a video. I appreciate y'all, man, and I'm out.
Now God getting all into this. Now I'm looking at my boy playing his game. You know what I'm saying? Now this what God really love, man. But it's one thing about being God. You know what I'm saying? That I always feel is that I can't be for a team. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they always win. If I'm on that team side, they gonna win. I remember one time Brasswood didn't win no games. They was 0 something. They was 0 wins, man, and something. I came to the game homecoming. Oh, they mopped that team they played. They mopped them like 50 something to, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I tripped out. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, me and my boy Derry used to ride and talk, and he said, "You gonna be in my movie." I always telling me gonna be in my movie. And I thought we was just bullshitting with these phones, you know what I'm saying? He was making Facebook Lives, and I started doing Facebook Lives. He ain't showed me how to do it. I think I kind of showed him how to do it. But then he was kind of doing his foolishly, you know what I'm saying, with him and his homeboys or whatever. He would holler at his homeboys, I ain't saying it was foolishly. But then, what I was doing, I wanted him to do. But, I didn't understand. It's just like being with somebody that's crawling and you walking and they don't know how to do nothing but crawl. You know what I'm saying? They still crawling, you know what I'm saying? Still on milk, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Me and my boy D Bankz, and I was kind of, God would make me do stupid stuff like I'd be in the room, on live or something, reading the word of God, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing, making my video. And D Bankz come in and ask for $1 to go get, Rillos or something. And then I said, man, won't you just go to that bank and tell them God say, give you X amount of dollars, you know what I'm saying? It's our shit, you know what I'm saying? I used to do shit like that there and used to laugh, you know what I'm saying? But you know, man, I went through a lot of shit to be God, man. But like I say, you can't be rooting for, teams. You can't have the best team, you know what I'm saying? Like God told me to go to New Orleans. When I went to Florida that time, just took off thinking I was supposed to take my Ford truck back to his home place and get a new truck. That's what I thought I was supposed to do. Take that Ford to the Ford place in Florida. When I seen it, I thought all I was supposed to do was take it back there and they were going to give me a new truck. But God didn't let me go there, and then, I kind of got lost. And then on my way back from Florida, to Texas, you know what I'm saying, God told me to go to New Orleans, you know what I'm saying, and on the way there, some police pulled me over, you know what I'm saying. They tampered with my fuel filter so my truck could stop, but it didn't stop. It didn't work. It didn't work for them, but later on it did when I got home. But then, that was when I got home. It let me get all the way home before it messed up. Then Sam told me what was wrong with the auto mechanic. But then I remember the police did it, when they stopped me, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause they knew who I was. They told me they knew who I was. And they told me, but I need to go get some sleep, you know what I'm saying? And the moon winked at me that night like a cat eye, you know what I'm saying? It was a scary night. And when I went to rest, like they told me to go find a place to park, I went and found a place to park in the neighborhood of New Orleans. And then, where I was parked at, it was some music playing out loud. It was my kind of music too. But I was balled up in prayer, scared. You know what I'm saying? I was balled up in prayer. But you know, Adam, when you was balled up in that prayer, you know what I mean? Man, do you realize how much light was shining in that one spot and how wide that shine was in the air and the expanse between all the love that was balled up right there? Because we knew you were going to be the Adam that come right here. It's the ATOM talking to you now, Dad. Talking to your Uncle Pick. ATOM. Atomic. The actual bomb. You know what I'm saying? Code name Trinity. Nickname Little Boy. And everybody talking about Trinity not in the Bible. What the hell you think Trinity mean? I don't give a damn if it ain't in the Bible. Trinity mean three. Shit, that's a dumbass. See, that's the way the devil do. He shoot dumb shit like that at you. Trinity ain't in the Bible. I bet Bill Winston will say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Trinity ain't in the Bible. I bet Creflo Dollar won't say shit like that now though. Shit. Let me see what my girl talking about. Thank you, homeboy. Thank you, homeboy. Let me get off of here, man.